Hey YouTube, this video is on how we did this on a budget.
Here we are outside taking a look at our solar panels that we have set up. We currently have 3 of them down here lower up to the ground. That's just because we ran out of time this fall to put them up on top of the roof. Down here they get a little bit more shade than they should, so we don't get nearly as much power as if they were up on the roof. But for our meager electrical needs, it works quite well for us. Our 3 panels, they are 290 watts each, connected in series. So we get around 870 watts of power, potential power. That's only if it's really sunny out and there's no shade, which this time of year, January 9th, it's not too great. So right now we just have 2 of our 3 panels set up on old wood skids. I just attached them with a couple bolts there to the side of the house with a 2x4 there. And that just makes it so that they are easily tiltable. And we can tilt them in or out, move them out of the way. We need to clear the snow. And then I put a couple of legs on the bottom on hinges so that they could tilt up and down as well. So here we are taking a look at our solar setup inside now. First we'll start with my breaker box here. We got 2 63 amp DC fuses. And then I have an FM60 Outback charge controller, which will control all the solar coming in, going into the batteries, put it at 12 volts, which we are running at right now. We plan on going to 24 volts once we get a 24 volt inverter for the spring. So when the solar comes in, it goes through the 63 amp DC breaker, up into my charge controller, and then back down into the breaker box to the other 63 amp breaker, and then back down into the batteries. So our battery bank here consists of 4 6-volt Charette 6CS25P lead acid batteries. The batteries are rated at 820 amp hours at 20 hour, or 1156 amp hour at 100 hour. So we have the 2 of them in front in series, and then the 2 of them in back parallel to the 2 in front, giving us a 12 volt battery bank at 1640 amp hours at 20 hours. So this is quite a bit of power for our little off-grid setup, since all we have running usually is a router, a laptop, and a couple of lights, and a composting toilet fan. So right now our inverter is nothing special. It's just a 400 watt Nautilus Marine inverter. It has a 12 volt DC input and 124 volt AC output. It has a 12 volt DC outlet, a USB charger, and it's only rated for 400 watts, which isn't very much to power an entire home. But considering we don't have very much electrical consumption right now during the winter, it does us quite well. And then we have also a 300 watt inverter that we can plug into it as well to give us 700 in total. And on top of that, we have a 55 amp 12 volt IOTA DC charger, which I hook up to the generator if I want to put a little bit more charge into the batteries when we have no sun for about a week at a time. And how much did our total off-grid solar cost us? Well, stay tuned for the entire budget review. So here is a breakdown of our solar budget. Our solar panels were Canadian Solar 290 watt panels. We got 4 of those, and new they're approximately $320 each. What did I pay? $150 each. Our charge controller was an Outback FM60 MPPT charge controller. New they run for around $700. I paid $400 for it. Our batteries, Charette 6 volt 6CS25P. We got 4 of those in our battery bank. New they run about $1,170 each. What did I pay? $150 each. Mind you, they are approximately 8 years old, but they are rated for at least a 10-year lifespan, up to 20 years if you treat them right. Our inverter is a Nautilus Marine inverter right now. New, it's about $280. What did I pay? I got that one for free. So our total for our off-grid solar, it would have cost us approximately $8,125 including tax. So what is the total that I paid for our entire off-grid solar setup? $1,650. Now mind you, some of these items are used, well most of them are used, and it took me approximately 3 months of searching on Kijiji/Craigslist to find all these items, and then I had to go pick them up. The batteries alone I had to drive for 5 hours each way to go pick them up. But I think that is a small price to pay for only paying 20% of what would be retail.
Like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.